Archangel Michael has spoken. The one who hurt you is falling, but the outcome will stun you. Don't tell anyone. There comes a moment, rare, solemn, and echoing beyond time, when Archangel Michael does not whisper, but speaks. That moment has arrived now. His sword of truth has sliced through the veil, and what lies behind it is not for all eyes. This message is not for the faint-hearted. This message is not for the curious. This message is only for the chosen, for the soul who has walked through betrayal with trembling hands and a silent mouth. If you are hearing this, it is because heaven has approved your access. Archangel Michael broke his holy silence at a divine hour, not casually, not in haste, but in heavenly precision. A shift has been declared in the spirit realm. There is an impending reversal, but it will not unfold the way you imagine. And oh, child of light, it will stun even you. For the one who wounded you, the one who pierced your soul with manipulation, abandonment, or betrayal, is now under judgment. But this judgment is wrapped in mystery, wrapped in silence, wrapped in a divine outcome that even you are not permitted to speak of yet. Heaven is watching closely. The angels are not idle. There is a spiritual countdown underway, and the pace of divine time has quickened. Before the next full moon rises into the night sky, something will turn, a holy reversal that will leave minds speechless and secrets exposed. But you must not speak. Not now. Not yet. This message is sacred. This message is sealed. The angelic realms have cloaked it with fire and shadow. Not everyone will understand. Some may mock. Some may twist. But you are under oath. You are under divine lockdown. Silence is your obedience. Silence is your strategy. Silence is your sword. Do not warn them. Do not post about it. Do not seek validation. Do not share this word with anyone who has not been marked. What you are about to hear hath been hidden in scrolls and uttered in the chambers of the Most High. This is not public knowledge, it is prophetic intelligence, and the cost of breaking it is too high. Let every part of you come into agreement now. Breathe in. Center yourself. Because what is coming will test your restraint, but it will reveal your destiny. What you're about to hear is sealed. Type "I am chosen" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 999 is now surrounding you. In the stillness of the third watch, at precisely 3:33 a.m., the veil trembled. The heavens stirred, and Archangel Michael, the warring Prince of Light, the defender of the righteous, the commander of heaven's armies, descended in holy silence only to speak one word, now. That whisper cracked the air like thunder, for when Michael speaks, time itself bends. And now, child of fire, you are caught in that divine echo. This message has not come early. It is not late. It is right on time, summoned by the cries of your soul and the injustice of your story. Something sacred has shifted. Something hidden hath been revealed. There is a fall in motion. Yes, the one who wounded you, the one who pierced you not in flesh but in spirit, they are falling. But not in the way you imagine, not in the way you would have planned, and not in a way that anyone could predict. Their fall is divine, and the outcome will stun you. Heaven has forgotten what they did. Don't believe the lie that time buried the truth. Don't be fooled by their silence or their seeming prosperity. Don't think heaven blinked while your soul bled. And oh, beloved, heaven kept watch. Michael stood over you in the dark while your heart shattered in the unseen. And now, the heavens have moved. Not in vengeance, but in holy justice. Because you were marked for more, and that wound became your doorway. But this is where mystery begins. Their fall is not what it seems. What looks like collapse might be correction. What appears as loss might be divine exposure. You want to see their punishment, but God wants you to see your promotion. Yes, what you're about to witness is not their ruin, but your rising. What was once bitter will now become brilliant, and the truth you begged for is coming, but not through them, not through gossip, not through revenge. It's coming directly from heaven, one revelation at a time. You see, this betrayal wasn't random. It was the petty. It was prophetic. The attack on your heart was an alarm in the spirit. It drew angelic attention. The betrayal set off a chain reaction. Your name echoed in the courts of heaven. And Archangel Michael, hearing the cry of divine injustice, stood up and said, "Enough." That's why you're hearing this message now. That's why your spirit feels activated. That's why the hair on your arm stands up. Because your soul recognizes the truth it has been waiting for. This message didn't find you by accident. No. It was guided to you, summoned to you, placed before your eyes because heaven has decided. You are ready. Ready to know what others won't. Ready to hear what others can't. Ready to be marked as the silent one, the sacred one, the chosen one. You have passed the test of secrecy, and now heaven will reveal the results of your restraint. There is one catch. You must remain silent still. Even now, especially now. Do not speak of this word to anyone. Do not ask for confirmation. Do not seek approval. This is a sacred scroll, open only to the eyes of the obedient. Your silence has already unlocked the first gate. Keep it sealed. Keep it hidden. Keep it holy. Because what is about to unfold, what is about to be turned upside down, will confirm everything. But only if you can keep still long enough to see it. Type "I am guarded" in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 1212 is now released over your life. Lately something has felt off. Haven't you noticed? The ones who once held power over your peace, their voices have gone faint. Your presence is strange, inconsistent, and oddly silent. There's been a shift in the atmosphere around them. Apologies that feel sudden. Messages that appear too late. Glances that don't match their words. The timing is awkward. The energy is restless. And your spirit is picking it up, even if your mind can't make sense of it yet. This isn't paranoia. This is discernment. This is spiritual radar at its highest frequency. Heaven is showing you signs that the one who hurt you knows they are being watched. But not by you. By heaven. They feel it now. The pressure. The gaze of truth. A weight of what they did. Their silence is not peace, it's panic. Their apologies aren't sincere, they are strategic. And every time they try to pretend it didn't happen, heaven records their deflection as delay. But time has run out. What they thought they buried is being unearthed. You've likely seen odd patterns recently. Perhaps you felt their name drop in your spirit for no reason. Or maybe they reappeared just when you were finally starting to move on. These are not coincidences. These are spiritual disruptions. You are not haunted by the past. You are being notified by the future. Something is stirring. Something is coming up. And heaven wants you alert. There are whispers happening in rooms you've never entered. Conversations behind closed doors. Someone has started to talk. Someone has started to wonder, did we go too far? The glances, the shifts in tone, the nervous behaviors, they're not random. They are manifestations of conviction. And even now, the one who hurt you knows the truth is coming. But here's the divine tension. You don't know everything yet. And that's by design. God is protecting you from what would destroy you if revealed too soon. You want answers. You want justice. You want the full story. But heaven is saying, wait. Not because you don't deserve it, but because the timing must be perfect. So you're caught in this strange space, in between knowing and not knowing, between peace and unrest. But hear this, that unease inside you is not anxiety. It's alignment. It's your spirit tracking divine movement. You are sensing the weight of what's approaching, and it's bigger than your desire for closure. It's about completion. Heaven is tying the loose ends, invisibly, masterfully, eternally. You're not going crazy. You're not obsessing. You're awakening. The emotional turbulence, the sleepless nights, the tears that appear without warning, all of it is your soul responding to a truth it cannot yet articulate. And as frustrating as it is, this discomfort is divine, because it is waking you up to destiny. Let this message be your anchor. You are not supposed to know everything right now. You are supposed to trust. You are supposed to wait. You are supposed to stay hidden, stay silent, and let the unraveling happen without interference. Because if you rush it, you'll ruin it. If you speak too soon, you'll miss what was meant to be seen. There is still something hidden. Still something God is concealing, not from you but for you. Your silence is not weakness. It is strategy. It is spiritual power. And soon, very soon, the whole picture will come into focus. Until then, hold your position. Don't break your vow. Because what's coming next will not only answer your questions, it will restore your soul. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful content your way. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type I am anointed in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1516 is now activated. You must hear this now, and you must hear it clearly. What they did to you, the betrayal, the rejection, the cutting silence, the manipulation masked as care, it was never about you. It felt personal. It pierced you like a knife crafted just for your soul. But this was not a human battle. This was a divine test. What happened to you was not a punishment. It was a preparation. It was not random. It was a rite of passage. It was referred to in a hit and vision. Archangel Michael wants you to know they didn't betray you. They exposed themselves. They did not break you. They revealed what could not go with you into your next. The pain was not their victory. It was heaven's validation of your calling. You were never being rejected. You were being refined. You were never being cast out. You were being called up. This is not a fantasy. This is not wishful comfort. This is a divine war report, straight from the commander of angelic hosts. Michael saw the whole thing. He was there, watching, shielding, defending, intervening. What you don't know is how much worse it could have been. What you didn't see was the enemy's full plan. But heaven saw it all. And heaven said no. While they were scheming, heaven was scheduling your recovery. While they were laughing behind your back, angels were warring on your behalf. While you cried alone, Michael stood at your bedside, sword drawn, guarding your soul through the night. You thought you were abandoned, but you were under divine surveillance. Every second, every word, every betrayal recorded, reviewed, and repurposed for your rise. And now, the truth must be reframed. You are not a victim of their deception. You are a witness to God's selection. You have passed a test of restraint that most would have failed. You did not retaliate. You did not curse their name. You did not use your voice to get even. Instead, you wept, you prayed, and you remained silent. And that silence was golden. That silence was divine obedience. That silence was the loudest worship of all. Now heaven is turning. The wheels of divine justice are spinning. And Michael declares, your obedience has become your authority. Because you did not fight back, you will be lifted up. Because you did not drag their name through the mud, heaven will raise yours before men. You were not destroyed, you were distinguished. And the very thing they used to hurt you will become the evidence God uses to promote you. Listen closely. Your recovery is not just survival, it's resurrection. You are not coming out of this just healed. You are coming out of this holy, loved, elevated. And your story will carry the fragrance of fire, but not the scars of smoke. They thought it would bury you, but heaven used it to build you. You are not just getting over it. You are stepping into it. You are not just surviving. You are rising. And when the enemy sees you again, they won't even recognize the version of you that emerged. Because what they meant for harm, heaven flipped for glory. And the elevation they tried to block is now coming with acceleration. Let them watch. Let them wonder. Let them sit in the silence that you once endured. You are no longer the one on trial. You are the one in transition. Type I am rising in the comments if this is your confirmation. Blessing code 777 is now pouring into your next season. This is not a drill. Within 72 hours, something hidden will surface. A veil is about to lift. A mask is about to fall. And Archangel Michael warns, what was done in the dark is beginning to sweat under the heat of truth. You may not see the whole collapse, but you will feel the tremble. You may not hear their confession, but you will see the signs. The timeline of heaven has accelerated, and the time for reckoning has come. They are scrambling now. Your secrets are beginning to slip. Conversations they never thought would be overheard are echoing through spiritual corridors. Documents, messages, canarians, all unraveling at once. Like a garment stitched in lies, their covering is being undone. They tried to cover it, but the hands of angels are peeling back layers, layer by layer, lie by lie. You must pay attention. Something is coming to you, a message, a confirmation, a divine leak of truth you weren't supposed to see. It may arrive through a dream, a sudden encounter, or an accidental message. Don't chase it. It will come to you. This is heaven's orchestration, not your pursuit. But when it comes, do not speak. Do not react. Do not post. Your silence must remain sacred, even now. Because if you break it, if you speak too soon, the timing will crack. A blessing will delay. The scroll will fold before it's read. Heaven is testing you again. Not because you are unworthy, but because the next level requires restraint that most cannot sustain. The confrontation you imagine in your mind, it is not yours to begin. You will want to speak. You will want to scream. You will want to say, I knew it. But the Spirit will whisper, hold. Let heaven strike. You just stand. Because what is being built around you in the Spirit cannot be interrupted by human reactions. This is not just about your vindication. This is about divine alignment. And if you move too soon, you step out of synchronization, and the moment passes. So guard yourself. Even now, they are closer than you think. Not just in distance, but in curiosity. Watching you. Testing your response. Wondering if you know. They feel the shift. They know the walls are closing in. They can sense the spiritual pressure. But it's not your job to warn them. It's heaven's job to deal with them. Stay hidden. Stay low. Stay quiet. Because what is about to explode would have hit you. But Michael stood in the gap. And because he stood, you will stand. This next moment is pivotal. Your obedience now determines what unlocks next. Stay faithful. Stay calm. Watch the unfolding. Your silence is no longer just discipline. It's warfare. And the angels are already ahead of you. Type "I will stand" in the comments if you're committed to obedience. Blessing code 3030 is now aligned with your protection. Be still now. Be still, for the war is raging in the unseen. What you cannot see is more real than what you feel. Heaven is moving. The angels are not idle. Michael has drawn his sword, and the battlefield has been secured. You do not need to fight. You do not need to defend your name. You do not need to prove anything. You are under divine protection, a sacred shield formed by silence and obedience. This is your divine lockdown. Every reaction you suppress is a weapon in the spirit. Every word you choose not to say is a victory in heavenly realms. You have not been forgotten. You have been hidden. And in that hidden place, you are guarded by legions. This is not a time to explain yourself. This is not a time to justify your pain. This is a time to pull back, to let go, to withdraw not in weakness but in wisdom. Because the angels have taken position, and your silence is giving them room to strike. You must resist the temptation to vent. Resist the desire to post cryptic clues or subtle truths. Heaven does not need your help exposing them. The exposure will come, and it will come clean, clear, and complete. But only if you stay silent. Your voice is powerful, yes. But in this hour, your silence is sacred. Your silence is the sword. Your silence is what heaven is using to confuse the enemy's camp. Archangel Michael declares, the angels have surrounded your name. They are blocking every backlash. Every dart formed against you is returning to sender. Every word cursed over your life is falling powerless to the ground. Every scheme formed in shadows is dissolving under divine light. But for the full release to come, you must stay undercover. You must protect your energy like treasure. You must treat your peace as holy ground. This is the hour of sacred withdrawal. Pull back with intention. Don't explain why. Don't announce your silence. Just move in silence and let God make the noise. Your retreat is not retreating. It is a spiritual advance. Because in pulling back from distraction, you are pushing forward into destiny. And in your secret space, whisper this to your soul: I am guarded. I'm chosen. I am covered. I am not fighting. I am trusting. I am not panicking. I am positioned. For what is forming in the heavenly realm cannot be interrupted by fleshly interference. You must stay hidden a little longer. The covering is still being constructed. The stage is still being set. Michael has not left your side. He is stationed at the gates, watching, shielding, blocking, binding, warring. And what was once assigned to take you out has now been neutralized. They will not get through. They will not find you. They will not breach the perimeter heaven has placed around your life, but only if you stay behind the line of obedience. So do not argue. Do not beg. Do not confront. Heaven does not need your help. It needs your surrender. Stand still and let the heavens work. Your role is not to fight. Your role is to hold the line. Your strength is not in action, but in stillness. For in that stillness, you are roaring in the spirit, and the enemy cannot decode your silence. It terrifies them. It confuses them. Because silence is spiritual intelligence. It's heaven's language in times of war. And as you stay quiet, heaven is shouting your name in places you have never been. Doors are being opened. Scrolls are being unsealed. Tables are being turned. So rest not in apathy, but in authority. Rest in the knowledge that Michael stands between you and harm. Rest in the truth that you are not vulnerable, you are vital. And right now, heaven has locked you down because you are next. You are chosen. You are marked. You are rising. Type "I am guarded" in the comments if this message speaks to you. Blessing code 818 is now covering you with angelic fire. Now listen, this is where it turns. This is the part they never saw coming. This is the version of you that was forged in silence, in fire, in private suffering. They thought you were fragile. They thought you would break. They thought their departure, their silence, their slander would be the end of you. But they misjudged the vessel. They forgot who breathed into you. They didn't see the wings hidden beneath your wounds. Archangel Michael declares, you are not the same. You do not walk the same. You do not cry the same. What broke you before cannot even touch you now. You are not falling apart. You are being remade. And what once felt like death was only rebirth. Let the truth settle deep into your spirit. You carry heaven's name. That betrayal did not strip you of your identity. It revealed it. You thought you were weak. But in the silence, you found strength. You thought you were overlooked. But in the hiding, you were preserved. You thought you lost yourself. But in reality, you were becoming your true self. You see, fire doesn't destroy gold. It purifies it. And you, beloved, were dropped into fire, not to be burned but to be built. Not to be silenced but to be sanctified. You came through. Scarred, yes. Changed, absolutely. But defeated. Never. The power that now flows through you is not loud. It's not boastful. It's quiet and commanding. Because the most dangerous warriors are not the ones who shout. They are the ones who have learned to be silent and still, even in chaos. You are that warrior now. You are not what they left. You are not who they betrayed. You are the one heaven chose to rise from ashes. And let it be known, the one who hurt you helped you unknowingly. They played their part in heaven's script. They did not know it, but they contributed to your transformation. What they thought was an ending was heaven set up for your expansion. They wounded you, yes, but that wound became the place where glory entered. You are not defined by that season. You are not trapped by that pain. You had outgrown the betrayal. And now, you rise, clothed in silence and strength, with fire in your veins and destiny in your step. Your eyes are clear. Your soul is steadier. Your spirit is unstoppable. So walk different now. Move different. Carry yourself as one who has survived the storm and carries the scent of divine survival. You're not begging to be seen. You're not desperate to be heard. You are becoming the message. and those who once mocked will marvel, because what they tried to destroy has now become indestructible. Type "I am unbreakable" in the comments if you're stepping into this next level. Lesson code 4444 is now igniting your strength. There is something you must understand now, and understand it well. His pain wasn't pointless. This betrayal wasn't a mistake. It was strategic. It was sovereign. It was prophecy. The one who hurt you was used. Yes, used by heaven unknowingly, to trigger your next level. This was not emotional warfare. This was spiritual architecture. And my felt like destruction was actually destruction. Listen to the voice of Archangel Michael as he releases the mystery. Your soul was scheduled for elevation, but to activate the higher dimension, something had to break. Something had to be revealed. And the only thing powerful enough to unveil your divine identity was pain. Let this sink in. The betrayal you faced was not random. It was timed. It was permitted. Not because heaven hates you, but because heaven had to mark you. And this was your marking moment. The enemy exposed himself the moment he touched you. The spirit behind the betrayal revealed itself, and in doing so, made itself subject to judgment. Heaven needed to know how you would respond when your heart was torn. And you, beloved, responded with silence. You responded with restraint. And for that, heaven has approved your promotion. Yes, while you were asking why, heaven was recording how. How you handled the dishonor. How you resisted retaliation. How you wept without bitterness. How you stood when it would have been easier to stoop low. And Archangel Michael has testified on your behalf that you passed the test. That you did not just survive. You qualified. And now the scroll is being unsealed. A promise that was written in heaven before your betrayal. A promise kept hidden until your obedience reached its fullness. Is now being loosed. You did not even know what you lost in private. But heaven knew. And because you stayed silent, because you waited, because you refused to fight with flesh, now, says the Lord, you will receive in public what you lost in secret. What the enemy stole, peace, trust, dignity, stability, is not only being restored, it is being multiplied. What the world took, heaven is returning sevenfold. What was withheld will now be released. You lost in silence, but you shall receive in celebration. What was mocked in the dark shall be honored in the light. This entire time, it was never about them. It was about unlocking the next scroll in your book. At moment of betrayal, it was your gateway. At season of silence, it was your sanctification. That period of confusion, it was divine calibration. And now, because you stayed the course, because you did not deviate, did not self-destruct, did not seek revenge, your name hath been uttered in the halls of heaven. You know what that means. It means your case has reached heaven's highest court. It means judgment hath been rendered. It means restoration hath been written. And Michael himself has declared your name before the throne. You are no longer in waiting. You are in unfolded. And though the world may still see ashes, heaven sees fire. Though they may remember your pain, God remembers your posture. And that posture has opened the vault. What happens next will not be natural. It will be prophetic. You will walk into things you did not apply for. You will be mentioned in rooms you've never entered. You will be drawn into divine alignments without explanation. This is the fruit of restraint. This is the harvest of holy silence. And let the record show, you earned nothing. You qualified through grace. You received through obedience. And what is coming cannot be stopped, because heaven has spoken. Type "I receive the scroll" in the comments if you claim this word. Blessing code 5115 is now unlocking your hidden promise. A moment has come. The sound has shifted. The gates have opened. And heaven now waits not on chance but on your response. Everything that has been building, everything that has been aligning, everything that hath been held in heavenly chambers now rests on a single word, yes. Heaven waits for your yes. Archangel Michael speaks this now, not a suggestion, but a summons. You are being called into a dimension you've never walked in before. You are no longer bound to the identity forged in pain. You are no longer tethered to the version of you that was betrayed. You are now standing at the threshold of transformation. But you must declare it. You must step into it. You must own the shift. Say this aloud, right now. I am not who I was before the betrayal. I am not the one who broke down. I am not the one who begged. I am not the one who stayed small for their comfort. I am not the rejected. I am not the abandoned. I am not the afterthought. I am not the wounded. I am the chosen. I am the called. I am the risen. This is more than affirmation. This is activation. When you declare truth, the veil thins. When you speak identity, destiny responds. Heaven has already done its part. Now it is your voice that must shift the atmosphere. Break every soul tie with who you were in the pain. Sever every agreement with hopelessness. Renounce every lie that said you were not enough. Reject every label they placed upon your name. You do not belong in that story anymore. You are stepping into divine authorship now. Heaven is handing you the pen, but only if you're willing to write a new chapter. And don't wait for validation. Don't wait for closure. Don't wait for apology. Obey. Align. Because obedience is the doorway to fulfillment. You are not being elevated because you are perfect. You are being elevated because you said yes. And what you do next, how you speak, how you walk, how you trust, will determine what opens next. Heaven is watching. The angels are listening. The scrolls are turning. This is a moment of divine initiation. You're no longer a bystander in your own story. You're a vessel in motion. You're a voice in the wilderness. You're a weapon of glory. Say it aloud now. I align with my divine destiny. I move with power. I speak with purpose. I walk with clarity. I surrender my timing. I choose obedience over outcome. The next door is not behind you. It's in front of you, and it will not open through effort. It will open through alignment. You have been prepared. You have been refined. You have been ordained for this moment. Now step into it fully. If this message calls your spirit to rise and you'd like to help us share more of these words, consider giving a super thanks with a gift of $20. Your generosity fuels every message. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type yes, Lord, in the comments if you're stepping into full alignment. Blessing code 7777 has now entered your timeline. Here is something heaven has done for you, something holy, something hidden. While you wept silently, while your pillow soaked with tears no one saw, while you buried your pain so deep that not even your closest friends could reach it, the heavens recorded every tear, and in those tears, a transaction was made, a silent exchange, an invisible surrender, a divine deposit. You gave up revenge, and heaven gave you access. Archangel Michael speaks now, and he speaks with fire. What you lost was not lost. It was traded. Every sleepless night was an offering. Every unspoken word was a scroll. Every moment you chose silence over slander, patience over pride, forgiveness over fury. It created movement in the courts of heaven. You were not waiting in vain. You were being weighed in glory. The enemy saw your silence as weakness, but heaven saw it as worship. While the betrayer moved with arrogance, you moved in stillness. And in that stillness, a spiritual transaction occurred. The peace they stole is now returning in waves. The dignity they tried to bury is now being resurrected. The opportunities they tried to block are now being rerouted straight into your path. But not just as compensation, as divine reward. The spirit realm has been negotiating on your behalf. Divine beings have been called into meetings. Your name has been uttered in sacred spaces. Conversations in the heavenly realm have been centered around one theme: your restoration. You didn't see it. You couldn't feel it. But something in you knew. Something is shifting. Something is breaking open. That something is the exchange. Heaven is returning what was stolen, with interest. And the veil is thinner than you think. That sense of knowing you couldn't explain. That sudden peace you couldn't understand. That release that fell on you unexpectedly. That was your spirit witnessing the exchange before your mind could name it. Because your soul recognizes what your flesh has not yet seen. You are in the middle of a sacred negotiation, and heaven has already ruled in your favor. Let it be known, your silence was not empty. It was currency. In a world where everyone rushes to expose, you chose to endure. In a culture addicted to clapping back, you bowed your head. And heaven said, "That one. That's the one." You were not disqualified. You were distinguished. And now, because of that posture, scrolls are being opened to you that no one else can read. Doors are being prepared that no one else can walk through. Platforms are being built that only your name will rest upon. But listen, you must hold your position. You are not out of the chamber yet. You are still in holy containment. You are still in divine custody. What is being finalized in the spirit cannot be touched by human hands. Do not move ahead of it. Do not try to force what heaven is forming. Let the exchange finish. Let the blessing mature. Let the promise be sealed. And understand this. What you feel is not confusion. It's calibration. Heaven is adjusting your life to match what hath been written in the scroll. You are being aligned with divine frequency. And the more you stay still, the clearer the transmission becomes. So hold your peace. Hold your posture. Hold your sacred silence. Because even now, Michael stands between you and interference. Even now, angels are dispatching resources. Even now, the realm of glory is whispering your name with honor. You did not just survive, you transacted. You did not just endure, you elevated. And soon, what was signed in the spirit will manifest in the natural. But until then, trust the silent exchange. Type "I agree with heaven" in the comments if you claim your divine transaction. Blessing code 1001 is now confirming the sacred exchange. They are falling, but not how you expected. And this is the justice of heaven. Poetic, precise, and pure. You imagined a collapse, but God designed a reversal. You thought they would be exposed before your eyes, but heaven decided you will not watch their fall. You will witness your rise. And this, beloved, is the true vengeance of God, not in watching them stumble, but in watching you soar. Hear the voice of Archangel Michael now, with thunder behind his words. Divine justice has already been rendered. The scales have been balanced. What was stolen from you will not only be returned, it will be multiplied. What was spoken against you will not only be silenced, it will be reversed. What was used to wound you will become the evidence of your promotion. But this reversal is not about revenge. It is about righteousness. God does not operate in petty returns. He operates in divine precision, and the weight of their actions will be measured against the light of your obedience. They did what they did, and now heaven does what it must, because God cannot be mocked. What was sown must be reaped, and while you are moving forward, they are facing the echoes of their own choices. You will not need to lift a hand. You will not need to explain. What is about to unfold is a heavenly orchestration, a turning of the tables that no human could engineer. You thought you would get even, but God is giving you elevation. You thought they would be humbled in public, but God is exalting you in places where their name can no longer reach. Every seed of pain you endured is now being multiplied into harvest. Every tear you cried is being transformed into testimony. Every silent scream is becoming a song of deliverance. And the story they thought they ended is being rewritten by the author himself. They will not understand how you rose. They will not comprehend how you recovered. They will look at your life and see favor that cannot be explained, and they will know. Deep down, they will know that what they tried to kill could not be touched, that what they tried to curse has now been crowned. But this is not about punishment. This is about purification. God will deal with them not to destroy, but to reveal. And if they choose repentance, mercy will meet them. But if they resist, the weight of their choices will not be lifted. This is your moment now. The reversal is real. The shift has begun. And what was once against you must now serve you. Even the betrayal will bless you. Even the wound will witness for you. Because divine justice is not about what you lost. It's about what is being released. And hear this, you lose nothing. Not time. Not honor. Not identity. Every delay is being restored. Every setback is being redeemed. Every insult is being inverted. You are stepping into fullness. And those who tried to hinder it are now watching the heavens favor you with precision. Michael stands behind this word, and he declares it sealed. You will not see their fall. You will see your rise. And when you do, it will be undeniable. This was the hand of God. Type divine justice is mine in the comments if you feel this reversal. Blessing code 3131 is now unlocking your full reward. Heaven saw Michael move. You are free. Let those words sink into every corner of your soul. Let them echo louder than the memory of betrayal, louder than the sting of silence, louder than the whispers of the enemy. Heaven saw what happened to you. Heaven saw the moment your heart cracked. Heaven saw the betrayal masked as love. Heaven saw the injustice. And heaven did not remain silent. Archangel Michael rose, and when he rose, the balance shifted. You were not abandoned. You were avenged. Not with revenge, but with righteousness. Now hear this as the final seal. You are free. You are not tethered to the one who hurt you. You are not bound to their choices. You are not stuck in their shadow. You have crossed through the fire and come out refined. The ashes have fallen. The oil has been poured. The cloak of shame has been removed, and a garment of glory now rests upon your shoulders. Peace be upon your spirit. Peace that cannot be explained. Peace that makes no sense to the natural mind. Peace that overrides every question you never got answered. Peace that silences every voice that said you would never recover. Clarity is returning. Direction is awakening, and the confusion is lifting like morning fog. From this moment forward, let your silence continue to speak. Let it guard the garden God is growing within you. You do not need to warn them. You do not need to explain yourself. You do not need to seek closure. You are not just healed. You are sealed. Sealed by the voice of heaven. Sealed by the word of the archangel. Sealed by obedience and crowned with glory. You are seen. You are chosen. You are elevated. Now rise. Rise in silence. Rise in strength. Rise in confidence that heaven has gone before you. The battle is over. The reversal is complete. The promise is unfolding. But remember, don't tell anyone. Not yet. Keep the scroll closed. Let your transformation speak louder than your testimony. Let the outcome shock them into silence. Because what's coming will not need explanation. It will need only one witness, you. Type I am sealed in the comments to receive this final blessing. Blessing code 888 is now closing this chapter with glory.